Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. Uh, to my Bible 103 students, I'm teaching two sections of this course at the same time, 103.03 and 103.04. And I want to tell you how much I've enjoyed our time together, but I wanted to make a video here for this very last week of our course to take some time to get very specific with you about the assignments that you'll have due for this week. Week 7 is where we focus on Act 6, the last act of the drama of Scripture, the return of the King, redemption completed. And so you have instruction that you will need to go into the module and take a look at. Of course, you'll have some reading to do. But as far as your written assignments, you have another discussion forum, 7.1. You have your final capstone activity. Then you also have a final capstone project. What I'm going to spend most of my time on in this video is that final capstone project. But I will click on the capstone activity 5 and go over just, again, the same thing you've been doing in the previous capstone activities. For this one, you're going to write about Act 6. Now, what's great about this is that this can be done in conjunction with you're kind of rounding into shape your final capstone paper, but you will need to submit this activity for a separate grade from your final capstone paper. So I just wanted to make that clear. It is what you've been doing. This is not the polished version. However, at this point, you may already have Act 6 polished. And so if you do, you can simply submit that portion of your project here for a grade. And now I'm going to switch gears and go to your final capstone paper. Okay. Your final capstone paper is also due this week. So let's take a look one more time at the specifics of this paper. Okay. The capstone project will be a collection of 6 elevator pitches based upon the 6 acts of God's story outlined in our text. An elevator pitch is defined as a succinct and persuasive sales pitch. The goal here is to create a persuasive and engaging retelling of each act of the biblical story. Okay? You should compile everything that you've done, all right? And then put that into one document with the guidelines below, all right? And I'm going to go through those. In addition, you should include an emphasis on how each act builds on the previous act. And what you'll have is you'll have a cohesive and progressive story of Scripture, okay? You should include any suggestions for change from any feedback that I've given you throughout the course. I have not been very picky about what you have turned in, but this assignment must follow these 4 guidelines. All right. Each act of the drama of Scripture should be summarized in 500 words. Okay. I cannot stress that hard enough. Not 550, not 600, not 1,000, 500 words each. Now, when you've done this, this will result in a 3,000 word paper, but each act 500 words. Now, for me, that is what is acceptable is 475 to 525. Okay, 500 is where we want you to be. You'll be okay if you can stick this thing to between 475 and 525 for each act. Okay. As I have been stating for the entire course and trying to encourage you to do this, and many of you have done this, and I appreciate it very, very much, your papers should be in Times New Roman font, size 12, double spaced, okay? Each line double spaced, Times New Roman, size 12. Your paper will lose a letter grade if it is not in Times New Roman font, size 12, double spaced. Okay. Number 3, you should cite our textbook and any other course resources using MLA format. These are in-text citations, okay? So if you are quoting or alluding to something from our textbook, what you will need to do is you will need to, in the very first one that you need to give me the author's names, comma, and then the page number. Following that in the text, I am okay with you simply giving the page number. I will know, of course, I will know what book you're quoting from. If you change to another source, then I will need you to give me the last name of the author and then comma, page, whatever. And then if you're going to keep quoting from that author, you can just simply give me a page number. The trick will be is if you go back and forth between your textbook and another resource, and anytime you change, you need to go back and give me again the author's last name. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. If you have questions about that, please send me an email and let me know. Okay. And the final thing, where I have not been grading you in the capstone activities very hard on your grammar and your syntax, I will be doing that. One of the things I can encourage you to do this week is to kind of get it done and get it put together early, and perhaps use a proofreader, use somebody you know, or you can go to the online writing lab here at Point. Okay. So all of these assignments instructions are, of course, right here under the assignments tab. You can also reach them via the module for week 7. Let me stress, I must have all work for week 7 and the course. I must have all work submitted by next Sunday, a week from tonight, and that will be the 15th of October by 11:59. The class ends at 11:59 next Sunday night, and that is Eastern Standard Time. So if you live in the Central Time Zone, that is 10:59. If you live in the Mountain Time Zone, that is 9:59. And if you live out west, that is 8:59. All right. So I want us to be very, very clear that the course shuts down at that point to next week, a week from tonight, and I must have all work submitted by then. Okay. And this counts toward even if you have accommodations. If you have accommodations for some challenges that you deal with as a student, that the school is happy to provide accommodation for and to extend deadlines, that is simply not possible in week 7. So again, if you have questions about that, you need to get with me. I would encourage you, if you are in this situation, to go ahead and get started as early as you can this week. I know we're all very, very busy, but I want us all to do well and finish this course strong. Okay. The other thing I want to tell you about, 2 things. I want to take you over here in the menu on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll see here course evaluations. I sent you a message about that a couple of days ago. I will probably send you a message at least twice, if not 3 times during this week. Please take the time. They take about maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the most. Please take the time for each course that you are in to do these course evaluations. You simply click on the link here and then just follow the instructions. Most of it is, it's like 1 to 5, and then there's a statement. The professor is bald, and then you can say 1, he's not; 5, he really is, and then you just you fill it in. And there are also places for you to add your own comments about what was good and what we could improve on. And these course evaluations do help. They help the institution and they help me in how I facilitate these courses. Okay, so I want to make you aware of that. Now, there's one other thing. These particular courses, Bible 103 and Bible 202, which is Jesus, the Focus of Scripture. These courses have this extra discussion called the Bible 103 Bible Minor Assessment Forum. What this does is simply gives information to the biblical studies faculty, but also to those in academics at Point University, to make sure that these courses are achieving what they are designed for. Okay, so if you click on the Bible 103 Bible Minor Assessment Forum, you'll see here we have 3 questions. Okay, what do we mean by the concept of biblical meta-narrative? You have encountered that in your textbook. And then secondly, put these elements of the biblical story in order and give a brief description of each. Church, Israel, Jesus, fall, new creation. Okay. And then in 2 paragraphs or less, what is the broad story being told in the Old Testament and then in the New Testament? Okay. So we're not asking you to write a big paper or anything like that. Again, this assessment is designed to help us faculty, academics, biblical studies department, see if the Bible minor, if these courses are doing what they're designed to do, providing the formation and information for you that they are designed for. Okay, I know that's a lot. This video is a little bit longer than I would like it to be, but I want you to be absolutely sure that you know, that you have a grasp of what's going on this week. And also, again, I cannot accept any work past next Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The course shuts down. I cannot accept assignments. Again, if you run into something later this week, you need to let me know as soon as you can, all right? And we'll work together to make it happen for you. As I have said on all of your assignments throughout this course, keep going. You can do this. You are doing this. And it has been my joy to accompany you through this course. And any questions, any comments, or anything like that, you can message me here on Canvas or give me an email at james.shelton@point.edu. And without further ado, I will say I hope you have a restful Sunday evening. Welcome to week 7. Let's finish strong. God bless you. Have a great and productive week.